Hello and welcome to the Beginner's Tatting video series. Today I have a special treat for you. We're going to make an onion ring. Not the kind you eat, but the kind that are in tatting. This here is an onion ring. An onion ring consists of a ring in the center with surrounding rings. It can be as big as you want or as small as you want. However, if you're doing a pattern, it will tell you on the instructions how many double stitches it takes for each round. Because in an onion ring, every time you graduate out in rounds, you have to add more double stitches to compensate. Okay, so let me zoom in on this onion ring here that I've done so that you can see. Now this is done in crochet cotton, so it will be a lot bigger than the onion rings you make. So don't let that deter you. Let me find the right spot. Here we go. There you go. You see the center ring, okay? Then it is the outer ring with it. Now this is just 2 rings. If you do this in the smaller thread, it is going to be really, really dainty. Onion rings are real pretty, you know, in a pattern. They add emphasis and texture to a pattern, okay? It gives it depth. So that gives you something to relate to what onion rings can do for a pattern. You can put picots on the outer rings and join to them, okay? But today I'm going to teach you how to do a basic onion ring. This technique was developed by Tina Frauberger back in World War I. Now today's modern techniques, I will get into that. They're not as hard to understand. They're very simple to do. This is simple to do, it's just hard to understand. Okay, as with most tatting techniques, they're easy to do but hard to understand when you're reading it on paper. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to do this onion ring, and when I make other videos for the other techniques later down the road. So let's get on with it. Let me zoom out so that we can show you exactly how to make your own onion rings. First of all, this is a 1 shuttle method, okay? So you just get you a shuttle. You can leave it attached to the ball if you'd like, but it's easier if you take it from the ball, okay? So here we go. Today's pattern is not any particular pattern. It's just one I put together. And we're going to do 6 double stitches, a picot, and 6 double stitches. So right now we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, need some more thread, and 6. Now we're going to put in a picot. Okay. Some of the patterns have a different way that you can put picots in, and this is the Americanized way to do a picot. You do a picot in between the 2 double stitches. So if you're looking at the foreign patterns, the picots may confuse you. Okay, I will get more in depth on picots later on in other videos. Okay, and while we're talking about it, I'm currently working on updating some videos and redoing some videos to make it easier to find the techniques that you want to learn, so you don't have to rummage through 3 or 4 techniques. So we're going to break them down and individualize them. So look for that in the future. Plus, we're going to have some more tag-alongs as time goes by, and, you know, give you a little bit more fun stuff to do for both needle and shuttle tatters. So be ready. The fall will bring some amazing things to your eyes. Okay, now we have 6 picot 6. We just did our last double stitches of 6. Okay, now we're going to close that ring. Once you close your ring, you want to make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, do not, I repeat, do not reverse your work. Now, in the paper diagrams, it will tell you to go ahead and make another ring. But as you can see, trying to do that with that ring laying like that, it is going to give you an issue. Okay, so what you want to do is take that ring before you wrap your hand to do your second ring. You want to turn it to the right 1/4 turn. That is called rotate your work. The instructions don't tell you to rotate your work, but my advice is rotate your work and get the ring out of the way. Then when you get the next parts done, you can move it where you need to go. Okay, so that's just a little tidbit for you, help you along. Okay, now, when we wrap our ring, our loom, to make the next ring, you want to make sure your threads cross right there, and that's where you're going to make your first double stitch on the second ring. Okay, you want to bring it up snug. Okay, and you're going to keep making double stitches till you meet back around to that picot. Okay, so right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 double stitches. Okay, and I'm going to just put in the 6 double stitches to show you how much difference there is when you're doing a ring on a ring called an onion ring. Okay, now the way this is supposed to lay, like this one, is right beside your existing work. Okay, and when you lay that right beside your existing work, even though you've got 6 double stitches, you see how far you've got to go still to meet that picot? Let me zoom in on that so that you can see what exactly I'm talking about. Alright, maybe come out just a hair so it's not blurry. There we go. Okay, we put 6 double stitches on there. We're on the second ring, and you see where the picot's at right there. It's not going to meet it, is it? And you don't want to lay it on top. That's not the purpose of an onion ring. When you slice open an onion, the rings, think of that. You see all the rings of the onion, okay? So you can see we're going to have to add more double stitches. Now, if you were following a pattern, the pattern would say how many double stitches you need, okay? So remember that. Follow that pattern, okay? So let's zoom back out so you can see what we're doing, okay? Now mind you, we've got the 6 double stitches. Let's count them off to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to put in 4 more. We'll have a total of 10 double stitches if we can keep the shuttle in our hand. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're going to need more thread. Let's pull more thread out. Hold our double stitches, okay, and pull that thread, open that ring up, okay? What I like to do, because when you do that, another tidbit of advice, when you pull from back under here to open your ring up, this last double stitch tends to arc over. If you will pull a little more than you need when you're opening the ring up and then take your shuttle and pull it back, it'll straighten that last double stitch out if you do not tat very tightly. Now, when I'm tatting for gifts and stuff, I tend to tat very tight, so that doesn't always work. So what I do is I break up the double stitch on the last double stitch. I'll do the first half, open my ring, and then do the second half. And that prevents that last stitch from arcing down. Okay, so that's a little tidbit of information that was a bonus for today. Okay, so now we've got, let's see, we should have 10 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're ready to join to that picot. Now, to look at this, you say, okay, I'm going to do a join with the shuttle thread. No, you're not. You drop that shuttle thread right in front. Okay? Grab your crochet hook, go through your picot. Grab that thread on the loom. That's called the ring thread. Okay? Pull it through that picot. That thread's in my way. Just keep it out of your way. See how I've pulled it through? Okay, let me zoom in on that so you can see exactly what I just did. Alright, here's our threads. Now if we join to the shuttle, it's going to create a lock join. It's not going to let us close this ring. So we need the join to be a regular join. So what we've got to do is lay that shuttle thread over top of the ring and get it out of our way. See? Take our crochet hook or the hook on our shuttle, run it down through the picot, grab that thread and pull it up. Okay? Once you pull that thread up, give yourself enough room to get your shuttle through it. Okay? Put your shuttle through that picot or that little loop and pull it down tight. You see that? Let's do that again. Because you will get a humpy if you don't watch. You see that little lip there? That's where you've got to tighten. Okay? Just like you do for a lock join, you adjust. Like I said, tatting can be fidgety, but it's worth it. But as you can see, our onion ring's coming in. But what I'm going to do, pull that back out. We're going to do it one more time so that you've got this right. Because onion rings are so beautiful in patterns. Okay, shuttle thread. See? Shuttle. Lay it down that way. Crossed our work. Take our crochet hook, go down in, grab our thread, pull it up through there. See the loop? Now we want to run our shuttle through that loop. Okay? And then pull it down. You do not want to pull it tight. Okay? Just right to the picot. Don't pull it tight, because if you pull it tight and it pops back the other side of that picot, you've got yourself a lock join. Okay? Not really a lock join per se, but that's what it's going to do. It's going to lock it up. You do not want it to lock it up. You want it to still move. So now we're going to need more thread. You'll see why when we're done with this, why we need that loose there. Okay? Now, we've got our join. Now we're going to put in our other 10 stitches. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, a little tight. Let's pull some more thread. Remember, pull down, take our shuttle thread, pull it the other way. That way we don't get that downward motion on that last double stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull a finger out. 9 and 10. This is our last double stitch. Okay. Now we've got all of our double stitches in there. Now what do? We're going to close that ring. You see that little tail that's hanging down? Pull it through the back side. Okay, you want it to the back of your work, if it will cooperate. Okay, now we've got everything. Let me get right here, because I really want you to see what I'm doing here. Okay, back when we made our join, we adjusted it so there wasn't no humpties sticking out there. Now, you see how this ring is laying? This is our tail. It's on the bottom side. Hold all that together. Gently tug on that shuttle thread. Bring your ring down like that. Okay, lay it in place and pull it down. Pull it, pull it, pull it until it's closed, till that ring closes. And then you have an onion ring. Okay? Now that's how you do the onion ring using Tina Frauberger's technique. At one point, this was the only technique you could use for onion rings. Now, look for the videos over the summer and through until fall for the other techniques on doing onion rings. Like I said, it's going to be a big surprise, the revamp on the channel. So, until next time, have a wonderful day and happy tatting. Thank you.